Chidi loved his wife the way he called her his answered prayer. In their 5 years of marriage, Chidi never gave Amaka a reason to doubt him. Even when money was tight, even when life was loud, even when friends teased him for being too loyal, he stayed steady. Because Amaka was his peace. Every morning, he would wake up before her, boil water, and leave her favorite tea on the table. Sometimes he would watch her sleep and smile like a man who couldn't believe his life was real. Amaka would always laugh and say, "Chidi, you love me like I'm the only woman on earth." And he would reply, "Because you are." Their love was sweet, but it wasn't perfect. The only thing missing was a child. They prayed, they cried, they visited hospitals, they tried everything. And after every disappointment, Chidi held his wife like a shield. "It will happen," he always promised. "And even if it doesn't, you are still enough for me." But deep inside, Chidi could see how much it broke Amaka each time her monthly cycle returned. One evening, Amaka sat on the bed quietly, staring at the wall. "Maybe I'm not meant to be a mother," she whispered. Chidi's heart cracked. He held her face gently. "Don't ever say that. You are already a mother. You mother me. You mother this home. God's time is not late." Amaka nodded, but her eyes carried pain. That was the year Chidi's cousin introduced him to a woman named Ifunanya. She was a nurse, calm and respectful. She said she had helped many couples struggling to conceive. At first, Chidi refused to talk to her. He didn't trust anything that looked like a shortcut. But Ifunanya insisted. "This is not magic," she said. "Just a medical process that can help your wife's chances. But your wife has to agree." So Chidi told Amaka. Amaka was hesitant at first, but desperation makes people brave. She agreed to try. Ifunanya started coming around, guiding Amaka on diets, supplements, hospital checkups, and ovulation timing. Everything was done carefully. But one night, something changed.
I'm good, thanks.
Amaka fell sick and had to travel to the village with her mother.
Right here.
Chidi stayed back in the city because of work. That weekend, he felt lonely, tired, and worried. He called Amaka repeatedly. Her phone was off. That night, there was a knock at his door. It was Ifunanya. She looked troubled. "I came to check on you," she said quietly. "I know you're stressed. You've been carrying this pain too." Chidi hesitated. "Thank you, but I'm fine." But she didn't leave. She stepped inside and her words were soft like a trap. "You love your wife," she said. "I can see it. But men like you suffer silently." Chidi sighed. "I don't want my wife to feel like she's alone in this." Ifunanya moved closer. "Then don't be alone either." Chidi didn't understand what was happening until it was already happening. Maybe it was tiredness. Maybe it was weakness. Maybe it was the heavy emotions that had been bottled for years. But that night, Chidi made the biggest mistake of his life. A mistake he never planned. A mistake he never wanted. A mistake that lasted only minutes, but carried consequences that would last forever. The next morning, Chidi sat on the edge of his bed like a broken man. Ifunanya was gone. The house felt cold. Chidi couldn't breathe properly. He went to the bathroom and stared at his face in the mirror, disgusted. "What have you done?" he whispered. Immediately, he called Amaka again and again until she finally picked up. "Hello, baby," Amaka said. "Sorry, network has been bad." Chidi's voice shook. "Amaka, I miss you." She laughed. "Aw, I miss you too." And that laugh nearly killed him. For days, Chidi lived like a man carrying fire inside his chest. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't eat. He couldn't pray without feeling like a hypocrite. When Amaka returned,
Hey,
She hugged him
beautiful. So
tightly.
glad you're home.
I
My
missed
husband.
you. Come here.
You look
You too.
tired.
This is perfect.
Chidi forced a smile.
Hey, beautiful. So
Work
glad
has
you're
been
home.
I
stressful,
missed you. Come
but
here.
the guilt
You
was
too.
eating him
This is
alive.
perfect.
Weeks later, Ifunanya called him. Her voice was low. Chidi, we need to talk. His stomach dropped. About what? There was a pause. Then she said the words that ended his peace. I'm pregnant. Chidi's phone almost fell from his hand. He sat down slowly, like a man whose legs had stopped working. No, he whispered. No,
Yes, I
It
have the
can't
card
be.
open.
Please
It's
update
yours.
dosage.
she said
It's
firmly.
been sent.
I've confirmed it.
You're welcome.
Chidi felt his throat tighten. Please, he begged. Ifunanya, don't destroy my home. I'm not trying to destroy anything, she replied. But I won't pretend it didn't happen. There is a child growing inside me. Chidi ended the call and stayed there in silence for a long time. When Amaka walked into the room and found him staring blankly, she became worried. Chidi, what is it? He looked at his wife, the woman he loved more than his own life, and his eyes filled with tears. Amaka froze. Why are you crying? She asked. Chidi stood up slowly, walked to her, and held her hands like a man begging for mercy. Amaka, he said, voice breaking, I have done something terrible. Amaka's heart started beating fast. What did you do? Chidi's tears fell freely. I made a mistake, he whispered. A mistake I regret with my whole soul. Amaka pulled her hands away. Chidi, talk! Chidi fell to his knees. I slept with someone else, he confessed. And she's pregnant. The room went silent. So silent, it felt like the world had stopped breathing. Amaka didn't scream. She didn't slap him. She didn't cry immediately. She simply stared at him like she was seeing a stranger wearing her husband's face. After a long time, her voice came out, shaking. So, after all these years, after all our prayers, after all our tears, Chidi sobbed. I'm sorry, Amaka. I swear it wasn't planned.
Never listen.
I swear I didn't mean to.
Just give me a chance.
I hate myself.
So many.
Amaka laughed bitterly, tears now running down her cheeks. You hate yourself? Chidi, I have hated myself for years because I thought I wasn't enough. She walked away from him, trembling. Chidi crawled
So
toward her
sorry.
and held her wrapper like a
Come
child holding on to a mother. Please don't leave
Come
me,
here.
he begged. Please, I love you. I love you more than my own life. This was not love. It was stupidity. It was weakness. It was one night that I would give my life to erase. Amaka wiped her tears roughly. One night, she repeated. One night was enough to destroy everything. Chidi nodded, broken. I know, he whispered. But please, let me fight for us. Amaka didn't answer. For days, she didn't speak to him. She moved around the house like a ghost. Chidi cooked. He cleaned. He begged. He cried. He slept on the floor. Sometimes he would whisper prayers beside the bed. God, please don't take my wife away from me. Punish me, not her. One night, Amaka finally spoke. Chidi, she said quietly. He sat up quickly. Yes? She looked at him with red eyes. Do you still love me? Chidi's voice cracked. More than ever, Amaka swallowed. Then why did you do it? Chidi lowered his head. Because I was foolish, he admitted. Because I was tired. Because I was scared. Because I let the devil use my weakness. But I never stopped loving you, Amaka. Not for 1 second. Amaka nodded slowly, tears slipping down again. You have wounded me, she said, and I don't know if I can ever heal. Chidi crawled closer but didn't touch her. Tell me what to do, he whispered. I will do anything. Amaka looked away. I don't want another woman's child to suffer, she said softly. But I also don't want to become a woman who lives in bitterness. Chidi nodded. I will take responsibility. But I will never replace you. You are my home. Months passed. The pregnancy became visible. Ifunanya gave birth to a baby boy. Chidi did what was right. He provided financially and ensured the child lacked nothing. But he never brought the woman into his marriage. He didn't pretend it was normal. He didn't act proud. He carried it like a scar. And every day he reminded Amaka with actions, not words, that she was still the love of his life. He took her on dates again. He bought her flowers again. He held her like he was afraid the world would steal her. One evening, Amaka sat with him outside, watching the sunset. I went to the hospital today, she said. Chidi's heart raced. Why? Amaka looked at him slowly. They said I'm pregnant. Chidi's breath stopped. What? Amaka nodded, smiling through tears. I'm pregnant, Chidi. Chidi screamed and grabbed her hands. God has done it, he cried. Amaka laughed and cried at the same time, but then she became serious. Chidi, she said gently, this baby won't erase what happened. It won't remove the pain. Chidi nodded quickly. I know. But, Amaka continued, I have decided something. I want peace in my heart. I want to raise my child without bitterness. I want to forgive you, not because you deserve it, but because I deserve freedom. Chidi broke down completely, holding her tightly. I will spend my whole life proving to you that I am sorry, he whispered. Amaka placed her hand on his chest. Just don't ever forget, she said. Love is not just sweet words. Love is discipline. Love is control.
Shall we?
Love is choosing your home, even when temptation knocks. Chidi nodded like a man who had learned the hardest lesson. I will never forget, he promised. And in that moment, under the quiet sky, Chidi held his wife with the kind of love that had been tested by fire. Not a perfect love, but a love that chose to rebuild. A love that chose to stay. A love that learned that one mistake can break a home. But true repentance, responsibility, and forgiveness can also rebuild it, stronger, wiser, and deeper than before.